ready to go racing from iRacing's Irwindale Speedway. Dustin Painter, the native of North Carolina, has control of the field as we get ready to go green. Defending champion Aiden Norman out on the top side. Green flag is going to wave. We're going to try 175 laps from iRacing's Irwindale. Let's go racing. Straight away, the defending champion into the wall. Aiden Norman on cold tires. Kansas City's Seth Wanting on the top side has Aiden Norman behind him. Kevin Feemster also trying to gain some traction. There goes two-time TNT champion Tom Sears. Looking back at Aiden Norman, he's already to the inside of Seth Wanting, loose out of turn 2. Riley Wright in the 2.9 sitting behind that one car. Kevin Feemster in the Herco machine has got Tom Sears to the inside, and the American driver with the 213simware.com logo on that bright Dayglow colored Supra, having just a little bit of trouble on that bottom side. Riley Wright will overtake Sears. There goes Josh Garrison into the wall. First incident, but we keep it moving. Dustin Painter continues to lead. Let's see what happened to the double 4. Oh, did he just get loose by himself? Have another look. Oh, he just got loose, made a little bit of contact off the turn 4 wall, got himself turned, and he's got heavy damage to the front of that Interstate Batteries 44. Dustin Painter still ahead. Aiden Norman behind him, and Seth Wanting in third. And there you see that massive gap just juddering out of the turn 1 wall. That's going to be a problem for a lot of drivers if they lose any sort of focus. So far, so good. Nobody really in a lot of trouble so far, save for Josh Garrison. Norman goes purple, however, the defending champion, 19.04 seconds. 2 North Carolinians leading the way. Dustin Painter in front, Aiden Norman in second, and then almost 1 second behind them, Kansas City's Seth Wanting, this season's Iowa winner, sits in third. Feem in the 1. Riley Wright behind him, Tom Sears to the inside of the Kentucky pilot, and how about the teacher, Jeff No, Mr. No, to you. He's in that 5th spot. Or Tom Sears is in that 5th spot, I'm sorry. Jeff No has the Season 4 champion, Thomas Andrews, behind him. Tristan Catania in the 48 has got Donald Ray up the inside. This is the battle for a spot in the top 10. If you've just tuned in, you haven't missed anything. 10 solid laps underway. Aiden Norman, now your new leader. Let's have a look at the pass for the lead. On the top side, just no speed for Dustin Painter on the bottom. Norman has the line. He's got the advantage. He'll clear Dustin Painter. So Norman to the front, Painter in second. Seth Wanting in that 3rd position. Tom Sears still on the bottom in that 6th spot. I don't know if he's just trying to put rubber on the racetrack or what the game is, but he's making the best of it. The Massachusetts pilot really trying to rubber in that bottom lane, and if you haven't seen iRacing before, that is an effect. Drivers can put rubber down on places that otherwise wouldn't have the rubber runoff from the tires, and as the night goes on, he's just going to get more grip. Garrison's crashed again, this time hitting that indentation, or whatever the opposite of indentation is, that part of the wall that sticks out. Did he get loose off of 4 again? He absolutely did. Up against the wall, and Josh Garrison is just going to send it straight to the pits to get that repaired. Aiden Norman continues to lead. Dustin Painter is in second. How about Kevin Feemster moving up to 3rd in the Herco machine? What happened to Seth Wanting? These two battling side by side. Local in the chat says a protrusion. That's the opposite of indentation, protrusion, right? But why is the word not like extentation, or you know, like you have like convex and concave. Like I don't know. I'm thinking too much about that. Not the race at hand. Two TNT champions nose to tail. Thomas Andrews and Tom Sears sitting 7th and 8th so far. Fans at home, if you haven't seen, check it out on Twitter as well. We're giving away that Ricky Stenhouse diecast !TNT08 in the chat for your chance to win !TNT08. Aiden Norman has been closed in by a half second. Dustin Painter behind him now. Not an easy task to manage the bottom lane, but drivers will be attempting to put more grip on that inside line as the afternoon wears on. Feemster in 3rd, and there's Briley Wright, one of those Bluegrass Bandits rocking the 4th position. Seth Wansing just goes flying past in 5th. Wright in 4th, there's Wansing in 5th. Jeff Noe with Thomas Andrews to the inside, the Season 4 TNT champion, trying to slide up the racetrack with Tom Sears right behind him, and the 14 now on the outside of turn number 2, looking to move to the inside. Andrews, however, will defend, and Thomas Andrews holds on to the 7th position. Virginia's Tommy Withers looking on, maybe a chance for him in the Valvoline Ford. Running along with the pride of Rockwall, Texas, Donald Ray watching the battle for 6th. Yadkinville's North Carolina's Jeff Noe has caught right up to Seth Wansing. They're now all fighting for that 5th position, looking all the way up to Dustin Painter. There's the gap to Kevin Feemster, and back to Tom Sears. There is that battle for 5th. Seth Wansing just ahead of Jeff Noe. Drivers really starting to slip and slide all over the racetrack. I think we're going to see just a little bit of concentration possibly start to lapse, and grip. Although Aiden Norman, defending champion, not able to just pilot away from Dustin Painter. It's still just 0.6 of a second between them. Thomas Andrews in 7th, again closely following Jeff Noe, maybe just waiting, maybe just trying to hold on for that opportunity to see, you know, maybe he can make the pounce for the position, but right now no reason to rush. Caution free, only 26 laps into this race. Looking back to the 12th position, Tristan Catania in the 48, Jimmy Kerr in the 7.5, they're battling for 12th. And the reflective 75 gets to the inside of the Star-Spangled 48, and Jimmy Kerr now moves into 11th. There goes Jeff Noe on the outside of Thomas Andrews. Andrews tries to give him the slide job. They both make a little bit of contact out of turn 2. Withers with a tail whip out of the second corner. No harm, no foul. I guess they keep it moving. Have another look at that bonsai move for 5th. He tried the slide job and it almost paid off for him. But they keep on spinning in the right direction. How about Thomas Andrews going all the way down to the apron? What's gone on with him? Oh, he got really loose out of turn number 2. He had to put the brakes on, hold the left foot, and squeeze it as hard as you can. Tommy keeps it off the wall. However, he's in the 9th position. Donald Ray's only 1 second behind the New Jersey pilot. You can start to see the left-hand side, or at least the driver's left of the track, just get a bit more gray, a bit more charcoal colored as Kevin Feemster slides it up into the wall and invites Briley right behind him. Briley right behind Kevin Feemster. This is the battle for the bronze medal position. Feemster's in the wall once again. Wright has the advantage. Feemster shows him way too much daylight to the inside. And Bluegrass Bandit, Briley Wright, now moves it into the 3rd position. One of 2 Bluegrass Bandits in this race. Kevin Feemster almost gets the edge on Briley Wright again. And that Bluegrass Bandit just moved up. Cody Riggs trying the inside on Tristan Catania down the back straight into turn number 3. Cody just able to get away from Tristan, and that puts Cody Riggs in the top 12. The number 3 Goodwrench Chevrolet now chasing down Jimmy Kerr, almost 2.5 seconds ahead. Jeff Noe on the outside of Seth Wansing again. These two fighting it out for 5th. Seth trying his hardest to put that power down. iRacing recently coming out with an update, giving these race cars 900 horsepower, as it were. And now the cars feel a bit more like a Gen 4 stock car as Jeff Noe gets right up to the tail end of Seth Wansing. Tom Sears just peacefully watching from the 7th position. Caution is out. Josh Garrison involved in an incident. John Honeybrink might have been involved as well. There he is in that 2-0. Let's have a look and see what happened to Garrison. Oh, and he's the first driver tonight to hit I guess the pit road or the garage entrance right there in turn number 1. Cody Riggs gets right into him. Just nothing that you can do. Just too late for Cody to react. Nowhere he could go, and he slams into Garrison. Let's watch again. With Josh Garrison. Moneypenny's stoked about that accident. One more time with Garrison. Cody Riggs vaulting the number 44 Interstate Batteries car into the air. John Honeybrink will come on down in the 12th position. Dustin Painter also coming down. It's going to be a race off pit road to see who can get out there first. And it's going to be Aiden Norman who beats his fellow North Carolinian out of pit road. So Norman will have control of the field when we go green again. How about a blink from 8? Oh, and that's a blink. Okay. Dangerous stuff there. If one car blinks, it's their problem. If every car blinks, it's my problem. Luckily, there's no problem, though. Aiden Norman will have control of the field. We're going to take a 60-second break, and we'll be back with more Thursday night short track racing from iRacing's Irwindale. About to throw the green flag on competition once again. Lap 42 now complete, and we're racing once again from Southern California. Kevin Feemster on the inside of Seth Wansing. Here they go down the back. Crash already. Briley Wright loses it out of 2. Still moving. Aiden Norman ahead. Dustin Painter in second. Kevin Feemster in third. Seth Wansing almost making contact with the wall. Tom Sears behind him. Season 4 champion Thomas Andrews sitting in 6th. You put these Gen 4 cars out here, it reminds me of an old ASA race. Remember ASA in the late 90s? I think Jimmy Johnson raced in ASA when it was a popular thing. Tom Sears behind Seth Wansing. Wansing in 4th. Feemster in 3rd. Aiden Norman leading by 0.6 of a second. Jeff No on the top side. Tommy Withers tries to do a slide job out of 4. It almost works for him. The Taurus on the inside of the Mustang. Withers slides in turn number 1 up the racetrack, but luckily everybody avoids the Valvoline Ford Taurus. He gets split by the 7.5 and the 4.5. Withers keeps it moving, and Aiden Norman goes purple. 18.88 seconds. Dustin Painter 1 second behind. Kevin Feemster in 3rd. Tom Sears trying to take advantage and get around the 9 of Seth Wansing. You saw it all from the back end of Seth Wansing's car. Tom Sears getting way out of shape, sent back to 6th. Jeff No now behind him. Wansing gets a bit of breathing room in 4th. And Kevin Feemster, all the breathing room as he closes up on Dustin Painter. They're only 0.6 of a second behind. 51 laps underway from iRacing's Irwindale. Cody Riggs to the inside of Donald Ray. The Texan in that red Monster Energy Camaro holds his own. Cody Riggs getting loose out of turn number 2, and the Monte Carlo just can't overtake the Camaro. Here's another Monte Carlo behind him, the 48 of Tristan Catania in the Napa machine behind Cody Riggs. Riggs now on the outside of Donald Ray. These two still fighting. Riggs gives the bumper to Donald Ray. Both cars go around, and there's contact between the 48 and the 5, and there is another incident. Caution number 2 flies over Irwindale. Cody Riggs and Donald Ray coming together. Wonder how pleased Donald Ray is right now. At the rate he's moving, he doesn't look very pleased. Let's go find out if we can see what happened between Donald Ray and Cody Riggs. There's Riggs right behind Ray. Let's ride on board. No contact between them so far, but this next part might be where Cody gets a bit impatient with the Texan. And that's the collision between Donald Ray and Cody Riggs. So Aiden Norman is your race leader with Dustin Painter behind him. A lot of cars pitting on lap 39, and the Drip, Diecast, and Collectibles race facts will tell you between 85 and 95 laps is the green flag pit window. But we are 55 laps into this race with a couple of yellow rags thrown, so we may not get there. However, anything is possible in racing. Shout out Mama Vols, who just joined the chat. What's going on, Mama? Had her in the chat Monday night for ENEA's season opener at Daytona. Glad to have her here Thursday night for TNT. 200 miles the scheduled distance tonight. 3 green-white checkered attempts, and of course the 1 fast repair. Some drivers already using that fast repair. We'll have to see how long it lasts for them. Aiden Norman leading the points. 310 to Tom Sears, 298. Also got to give it up to Jeff No, sitting there with 287. He's only 3 points ahead of Ryan Pennell, who's not in tonight's race. So No with a little bit of insurance in tonight's short track clash.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. Aiden Norman gets the signal. And I almost missed it because I forget the pace car comes off into turn 3, not into turn number 4. And look at the bottleneck down the back straight. Briley Wright in the 2.9. To the inside of his neighbor, virtually, Cody Riggs. These two guys coming from Greensburg, Kentucky. The 2 Bluegrass Bandits in tonight's race trying to stay off each other as they fight down the back straight. Cody Riggs with the advantage into turn 3. Briley Wright next to him. Patrick Allen in the 12th position, 1 lap off the pace. Norman still leads. Painter sits behind him. Kevin Feemster in 3rd with Tom Sears behind him. How about Thomas Andrews with a mirror full of Jeff No? Feemster in the 1. Dustin Painter in 2nd. Almost gets a bumper full of Feemster. Norman kind of accordioning the field. Accordioning? Concertina? What's the word for... I don't know. Accordioning is not a word, but that's not the point. Thomas Andrews in that 6th spot. Seth Wanting ahead of him in 9th. You can see just a little bit of smoke as the drivers try to get hard on the brakes. 62 laps underway, and if you've just tuned in, it's been a couple of yellows. It's been a tight race, though, but for the most part, surprisingly clean, given that with the most recent iRacing update, these drivers now have 900 horsepower at their disposal, and it makes things a little loose, to say the least. And how about a bit tightened up? Tom Sears trying to get to the inside of Kevin Feemster. Seth Wansing wants to go to the inside, but there's just no momentum out of the corner. Painter in that 2nd spot, not losing sight of the 6-2. Tom Sears on the top side, trying to find some daylight to the inside of Kevin Feemster. Thomas Andrews looks to be a little bit loose, and Jeff No might have the advantage. Withers again on the inside. Don't know if he got loose or he's just trying something new. Maybe trying to put some rubber down on the track. Drivers desperately trying to seek a quicker line. Withers being creative with it, though. He's definitely trying to bring in that bottom line sooner rather than later. Patrick Allen slides off the racetrack, but luckily keeps it off the wall, and Donald Ray gets back into the top 12. Aiden Norman at the front. Dustin Painter finds daylight to the inside, but it's the top side of that racetrack where drivers are going to find most of the speed for now. Norman really running all along that wall, and we'll see who gets brave and who just wants to try and take down the race leader. Painter on the inside. Aiden Norman trying to pull away, and Tom Sears running the high line over Kevin Feemster. Almost gets around him. Thomas Andrews sees Seth Wansing throw sparks up against that Irwindale backstretch. He wants a piece of the action, tries to crack the top 5. Wansing won't go that easy. Got to give it up to Cody Riggs and Briley Wright, both Bluegrass Bandits consistently in that top 10. 2-9 behind the 3, and the Good Wrench Chevrolets will do battle at Irwindale. Riley to the inside. He just can't quite get the line on Cody, but you can see the left-hand side of the 3 car a little bit scratched up, a little bit worse than the 2-9, but Briley Wright going to try and find some sort of advantage. Jimmy Kerr working on the 55 of Jeff No, and Jeff trying to explore the inside. How about Kevin Feemster up against the wall? Seth Wansing's in the wall. Thomas Andrews will avoid the wall, while Aiden Norman opens up the bottom side to Dustin Painter, and one North Carolinian looks to overtake another as we get closer to halfway. Tom Sears almost behind Kevin Feemster. The drivers are starting to get a little bit looser now. Again, they have not pitted since lap 39. We'll see just how far they make it. Norman with considerable damage on the right front corner of his race car. Dustin Painter smells blood in the water. Battle for third behind these guys. Tom Sears finally makes his way around Kevin Feemster. Feemster almost pinching Wansing into the wall. Drivers get so close to the entrance of the garage there. Seth Wansing, though, might have the advantage on Feemster. Check this out. Feemster's in the wall right in front of Wansing. Seth puts on the brakes, opens up the bottom line. Feemster still bouncing off the wall. Thomas Andrews will now move into 5th. Kevin Feemster running the majority of this race in the top 3. Now up against it, and he's opened up the line to Jeff No in 7th. Feemster still just grinding off that wall. No to the inside. He's going to get the position. But can he hold it? Will Kevin be able to stay off the wall this time? He does. Now trying to get to the inside of Jeff No. I have no idea what halfway is because I can't do math. But somebody tell me what halfway is. 80 laps are underway at iRacing's Irwindale, and if you've just tuned in, it's been an awesome race so far. Battles all over the racetrack. Jeff No in the double 5 runs to the inside of Thomas Andrews in the 2, and these two fight it out for 5th. No, now tries to open up the line to the inside of Andrews. Almost making it work. How about Dustin Painter, though? Still within 0.6 to race leader Aiden Norman, who's got a little bit of a scrape on the right-hand side. Painter has not let Norman get away from him, and I don't think he intends to anytime soon. Thomas Andrews goes off the wall. Something has happened to that 2 car. Let's have a look. There's Andrews right there. Looks like he just bounced off of turn number 4. And Cody Riggs now in the wall on the outside of Andrews. Man, a lot of these guys are really getting their scrapes in, almost like Darlington, where you're guaranteed a stripe. If you want one, Cody Riggs wants another stripe on the right-hand side of that 3 car. Clever to stay off the wall in turn number 4, and now he's going to go into 1 with that 8th position. Donald Ray to the inside of Tommy Withers, who's going to scrape the wall as well. I don't think there's going to be a car here that doesn't have a mark on the right-hand side. Seth Wansing in that 4 car. Just ahead of Jeff No. No really wants the position. Tom Sears 1 second ahead, now chasing down Dustin Painter into turn 3. Aiden Norman leads by 1.2 seconds. 86 laps into this race. Drivers almost nearing the 50 lap mark on their tires. And again, the drip, diecast, and collectibles race facts letting you know drivers will get about 95 laps on a green flag run. They could potentially make it another 40 if the caution does not come out. Fans at home, if you haven't yet, enter exclamation point TNT08 for your chance to win that Ricky Stenhouse diecast. You can check it out on TNT and TNT and Rick James Twitter. Exclamation point TNT08. Let me do some copy and pasting. There it is in the chat. Enter exclamation point TNT08 for your chance to win that Ricky Stenhouse diecast. Aiden Norman, Dustin Painter, 1-2. Miss Moneypenny's in the giveaway. Tom Sears sitting in 3rd. Seth Wansing is in 4th. Jeff No rocking the 5th spot. Donald Ray, despite the damage on the front end, he wants a piece of 10th. Cody Riggs sits just ahead of him, and Donald Ray might have more than enough reason to get up close and personal with Cody Riggs. Let's see if they touch. Ray getting closer, but he's got to get around John Honeybrink. And there goes one car. It's Seth Wansing, the Iowa winner, goes around out of turn number 4, and this is going to cost him dear with these wearing tires. What happened to the pride of Kansas City? Jeff No gave him the moves, and look at No just avoiding Wansing. Luckily, Wansing doesn't hit anything, but Jeff No did get a little close. Let's ride on board with Mr. No. Well, and that was completely the wrong angle. Let's try this again. Oh, there it goes. And Jeff No just avoiding Seth Wansing. Wansing will have to pick back up and keep it moving from the 11th position. Jeff No is in 4th. Aiden Norman leading by 0.8 of a second over Tom Sears. And if you take a look at the difference, over the last 5 laps, Aiden Norman has not been quicker than Tom Sears. This could be a product of the tires. We'll see exactly what's up. But Tom Sears starting to etch into that lead that Norman has built. We're definitely past the halfway mark now. I know that. Aiden Norman's ahead by 0.6 of a second. How about Jimmy Kerr and Thomas Andrews exchanging positions now into 3? And Andrews will get away from Kerr, but he'll get loose out of turn number 4. Thomas Andrews once again losing the position. Jimmy Kerr, the race's hardest charger now. Kerr is up 10 places. He's doing well in 6th. Tommy Withers to the inside of Cody Riggs, trying to throw it in pretty steady on Riggs. We'll see just how far he gets, though. Withers to the inside of Riggs, side by side out of turn number 2. They still continue to fight and shuffle the Valvoline machine to the inside of the number 3 Goodwrench Chevrolet. 100 laps underway from iRacing's Irwindale. Norman leads, but Sears starting to press his advantage. Just how close will they get? Will they touch? Will they go around together, or will they make it out clean? 101 of 175 from Irwindale. Norman, Sears, 1-2. Love and blessings to you and your family, Bama Trama. Cody Riggs recently went around. Let's see what happened to the number 3 Goodwrench machine. In the wall. Oh, and he hits the pit, or I keep saying pit road, the garage entrance. Donald Ray almost going into him. Check this out again. Oh my gosh, he almost got away with it too. One more look. Just gets away with it, and check out Donald Ray, who almost drives into him. Patrick Allen crashed after this. Loose off of turn number 2, puts himself right into the wall, right into the path of race leader Aiden Norman. Watch this. Look at the hands. I cannot believe Aiden Norman did not hit Patrick Allen. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. Aiden Norman leads with 70 laps remaining. Tom Sears now right behind him, but does the TNT Season 5 champion have damage? Not any more than you would expect for Irwindale. Sears behind him, and they've invited Painter to come play too. North Carolina, Massachusetts, North Carolina, your top 3 with 70 circuits remaining at Irwindale. And those are the points coming into this race. Those Swag Design points telling you what's up with these drivers. Norman in the 6-2, leading the standings coming into today. 310 to Tom Sears, 298. Jeff Noe in third with 287. Dustin Painter, who's running third in the standings with 269. 1 lonely point behind Thomas Andrews. Fans of Ryan Pennell will note that he is not in the starting lineup tonight. Ryan, with 287 points, will surely lose third position in the standings. I'm sorry, no, he's fourth. He won't catch up to third. He may lose fourth to Thomas Andrews, depending on what happens to this race. How about Seth Wansing, 7th in the points standings right now. Seth needs to pick it up just a bit, although he did go around by the front bumper of Jeff Noe. Seth running in the top 10, and he's got plenty of race to catch back up. But how about these 3 now? Dodge, Toyota, the Supra in second, the Camry in third, and the Intrepid leads. Lap 110. Aiden Norman will most likely lead the most laps tonight, but will he come away with the win? He's in the wall. Tom Sears is behind him. Dustin Painter opening up that bottom line, and they get just a bit closer as the tires wear even harder. Drivers quickly approaching 70 laps. No, we're past 70 laps. 80 laps of wear now on their tires. They still continue to circulate around the short half-mile oval at Irwindale. Shout out to Swag Designs and Jim Blankenship, everybody over there at Swag Designs as well, that sponsor not only the point standings, but will be handcrafting the trophies for Thursday Night Thunder. Check them out on Twitter at Swag Designs. And once again, thanks to Jim Blankenship and everybody who helps us out with those handcrafted trophies this season. Dustin Painter on the inside of Tom Sears, who's pinned up against the wall, but still not a lot of speed out of turn number 4. Jeff Noe in fourth has now closed up the gap. Aiden Norman topside, Tom Sears in second. Dustin Painter sitting in third, and the top four as close as they've ever been all race long. 60 to go. This time by 3 wide out of turn number 2. Sears gonna lose out on that exchange. Jeff No to the inside, and he puts his Mustang on the podium for now. Dustin Painter in second. That got close. That got way too close. Check this out. 3 wide in turn 2. And they all made it out okay. How about that? How about that? Aiden Norman breathes a sigh of relief for now, but Dustin Painter won't let him go. Tom Sears shuffled back to the 4th position. One car scraping against the wall. Is that Feimster? No, that's Tristan Catania, who almost comes down onto Donald Ray, the New Jersey pilot, in big trouble in the 48. You heard him just scraping the wall. He almost makes contact with Tommy Withers off of turn 2. Donald Ray sitting in 8th. And shout out to Bobby Bottles following there. And you know, I gotta adjust this because I thought I had some custom sounds for when well, let's watch this fight for the lead before I start tooting my own horn. The North Carolinian Dustin Painter now on the inside of Aiden Norman. The 6'2" running that top line, trying to squeeze down the 00. Fight for the lead. Dustin Painter on the inside of Norman. 120 laps underway from Irwindale. Norman outside. Will he hold off the North Carolinian in the 00 Camry? Rocking that Ryan Truex paint scheme. He sends it in deep. Norman will try the crossover out of 4. 121 on the board of 175. New leader, Dustin Painter. Bamatrama asking what are the lap times. Let's flash that up on the left-hand side here for you. Last time around, 20.49 seconds for Dustin Painter. His best lap of the race, 19.03. Norman is in. This could cause panic. Norman, one of the smartest pit drivers out there, or drivers out there, period, is pitting. On lap 124, he should be good to go to the end. Donald Ray follows the defending champion's suit. Painter is in. Painter can't hold on any longer. Jeff No, your new leader. 124 will tick off, and it will be 50 to go. Next time by. Another North Carolinian leading the race. That's 3 drivers from North Carolina now leading tonight. Tom Sears yet to lead a lap. And how about New Jersey's Thomas Andrews, who moves into 3rd? Jimmy Kerr the 3rd in 4th now. And if a caution comes out, imagine what that will do. Feimster is in. Seth Wansing in 7th. Dustin Painter is out. Where will he come out relative to Aiden Norman? There's Painter. There's Norman, and it's Painter who gets the best of that exchange. The winless Dustin Painter now inside 50 laps to go. He's on the same strategy as Norman. If it goes green to the end, they won't need to stop. It could be a question of who takes care of their tires best. Norman, dominant all race long up until this pit window. Painter still on those cold General tires. 128 ticks up to 129. Norman goes purple. 18.87. Painter gets around Thomas Andrews, who's now going to get in the way of the race. Well, not the race leader. What am I trying to say? The points leader. Tommy Wynn saying Norman can run Painter down. Painter using that inside line. Norman getting held up by Honeybrink, but he gets a good run out of turn number 2. Here comes Norman. The Logitech dodge on the outside of the 00 Napa Toyota. Tom Sears on the outside in second position. Cody Riggs is slow coming up the racetrack. Briefly 3 wide, and they avoid that chaos. Painter gets away with it. Sears ahead of Norman in order. Norman looking to open up that bottom line. And I need to catch my breath. This has been unbelievable. Unbelievable racing. As Norman gets held up by No, possibly. And look at Dustin Painter now trying to come up on Seth Wansing. Wansing sitting in 10th. Let's put the gaps back on here. And there they go side by side. Norman on the outside of Dustin Painter. Norman giving it everything he's got with the advantage. Miss Moneypenny cheering on Aiden Norman. He will move into 5th and now into the lead. Under this pit sequence, Jeff No has yet to pit. And he's got to be hoping that he's going to get some sort of advantage on the back end of this race. Sears, Andrews, 2nd and 3rd. The top 4 drivers, including JK3, have not pitted. There's No. There's Norman, who has not cleared Painter. Tommy Wynn saying North Carolina representing well. No kidding. You've got these 2 North Carolinians who are putting in the best shift I've seen all race long. Then you've got Jeff No from Yadkinville, North Carolina, leading this race. And I think Jimmy Kerr also from North Carolina. Yup, there it is. The Snow Camp North Carolinian, the hardest charger of the race so far. He's in 12th. .40 to go in Southern California. Sears behind No. These 2 fighting it out for the lead, knowing they have to pit. Withers goes green, 19.12 seconds. Andrews is in. The Season 4 champion will come down pit road for presumably his final pit stop. Moneypenny letting us know North Carolina's where racing started. From humble beginnings. NASCAR starting with bootleggers trying to get away from the cops, and then one guy said to the other guy, I bet my bootlegging car is faster than yours, and the other guy said, bet. Next thing you know, NASCAR's born. Tristan Catania trying to get around John Honeybrink. This is the battle for 11th, but Catania just puts down way too much power. And these 2 also separated by an entire lap. So, no, I wouldn't say that they are out there racing on time. Withers goes green again, 19.06. Thomas Andrews to the inside, and the Tommies will do battle. Withers to the inside of Kerr, who's in 3rd. And there you see on the left-hand side, the top 5 on the lead lap, but we're still waiting for the top 3 to pit. Jeff No getting challenged by Tom Sears with 35 to go this time by. Ferret in chat saying my home track is one of the founding tracks of NASCAR. Yeah, NASCAR with an incredibly rich history all over the Southeast, but North Carolina making a lot of teams, drivers and crew members making North Carolina their permanent home. Wilkesboro, definitely a very classic NASCAR track, and who knows, we might see the Cup Series there sooner rather than later. Seth Wansing in that 9. In position 9. He started in 3rd, but given his recent spin and given Tommy Withers getting into the wall, Wansing can really make up a lot of time as the race goes on. And shout out Hunter, who followed there. All right, we're going to turn up the volume here one more time here because apparently that alert is just not loud enough. Let's try this again. Tommy Wynn pining for Rockingham back on the schedule as well. Tom Sears sitting in second. He's got Jeff No just ahead of him. These two still leading. They have not pitted since lap 39, so there's more than 105 laps of wear on their tires. Last time around, 20.40 seconds for Tom Sears. Last time around for Aiden Norman, 19.66. And he's leading Dustin Painter by 0.8 of a second, who sends it in way too deep into turn number 3. And now that gap expands to 2 seconds. Painter almost bought the farm in turn number 3. And that's the lap prior, I think, but Painter almost really just lost everything. How about Tommy Withers, who crashed off of turn number 2? Man, that was close. Big spin for the Valvoline Ford, and there is another spin into 3. Withers finds himself in the pits in 12th. Tom Sears still leading this race. Aiden Norman within 1.5 seconds to the Massachusetts pilot. And the gamble almost paying off for Tom Sears. There goes Seth Wansing to his inside, and Aiden Norman presumably will hunt him down and try to make light work of the Massachusetts pilot, who is now coming down pit road. So Aiden Norman will reclaim the lead with Dustin Painter 3 seconds behind Norman. And now Dustin Painter's mountain just got 6 times more steep. He went from half a second behind his fellow North Carolinian to 3 seconds behind. From half a second to 3 seconds. Again, I can't math, but that's not important. Donald Ray has worked his way up to 3rd now, last pitting on lap 123. And how about that for the Texan? Got spun by Cody Riggs way early in this race. He's on the podium now. How about that? Dustin Painter behind Norman, 3.40 seconds. Norman with a scraped up right side of the race car. All he's got to do is nurse this one home. Tom Sears rejoins the racetrack in 6th, 1 lap off the pace, but he now has the most fresh tires of anyone on the racetrack. We'll see just what kind of lap times he can put in. There's Wansing in 5th, Aiden Norman right behind him. Seth Wansing and Tom Sears separated by 8 seconds, so Sears, no doubt, eyeing a top 5 before the night's over. Thomas Andrews catching up to Donald Ray. These guys separated by 13 laps of wear. The season Ford champion making a run for the podium today. That'd be something to see. When's the last time we saw Thomas Andrews on the podium? Ray in 3rd. Andrews topside in 4th. Gets a little loose, really swinging the tail out. Makes a little bit of contact with the outside wall. Donald Ray gives up 3rd. Thomas Andrews easily gets his way around from 4th. Tom Sears goes green. 19.07, 2-0 to go. And next time, 1-9 at the line for Aiden Norman, leading Dustin Painter by 3.4 seconds. Painter now trying to get a move on. He's got so much to climb, but those last 2 laps, he's been faster. Painter running that middle line, trying everything he's got. Lap 156, Dustin Painter, 8/100ths slower than Aiden Norman. Painter just needs to run his race. He's slowly catching up to Norman. Has Norman run the grip out of his tires? Is Painter going to run him down with enough time? Let's see what the clock says. Norman slower by about 6/100ths. And that just won't be enough. But of course, that time can only get exponentially greater. And Aiden Norman is more than capable of making a mistake. He's put himself in the wall already. We've seen it. The 6-2 Dodge running, I wouldn't say on thin ice, but on the knife's edge for sure. Catania's in for another pit stop. No, he's not. He just got loose off of turn number 2. Donald Ray still holding top 5, however. 1.5 seconds the gap between him and Seth Wansing. And over the last 5 laps, Seth Wansing is trying to reel in Donald Ray. 1.6 seconds between them. It is an impressive run for the 5 car. I agree with Tommy Wayne. Tommy Withers catching up to Jeff No. Let's have a look out the back of the 5-5. All right, there we go. I turned up the volume on my alerts now, so now we should get some Darrell Waltrip sounds the next time we get a follow or someone throws bits in the chat. Hopefully it all works out as Jeff No gives us a grand blink. No, still holding on to 11th. Tommy Withers behind him, 1.5 seconds the gap. Jimmy Kerr has Kevin Feemster starting to close the gap for the 7th spot. Nobody is safe with lucky number 13 laps to go. Seth Wansing, he's within 1 second to Donald Ray. Fans, don't forget exclamation point TNT08 in the chat for your chance to win that Ricky Stenhouse diecast. If you have not done so, pop that in. We'll announce the winner right before the end of our stream tonight. Next time around, 1-0 to go for Aiden Norman. Then it'll be 9 at the line. Tom Sears behind the race leader trying to unlap himself. Sears will move to the inside and try and use some of the built-up rubber. Slide up right in front of Aiden Norman, but not completely right up to that 6-2. Is Norman, man, I thought Norman was getting loose out of the corner. That would have been disastrous. 8 to go this time. Bobby's in the giveaway. There you go, exclamation point TNT08. He's got himself a chance to win that diecast. Seth Wansing, 0.8 now to Donald Ray in the monster car. Seth getting closer to his friend Donald Ray. These two have been on a lot of adventures together. Road trips, trips across the country to ARCS corporate meetings, a few NASCAR races, and then some. Donald Ray and Seth Wansing. Great friends, but even better rivals on the racetrack. 1 second separates them as Aiden Norman ticks off another lap. 6 more circuits remain for the North Carolinian if he can keep his car pointed in the right direction. One mistake will have Dustin Painter right behind him and ready to pounce. Wansing within 0.6 to Donald Ray. This is going to get good. This is going to get really, really good here. Keep an eye on these two. Norman with 2 wins this season, looking to go for his hat trick. 3 to go next time by, while Dustin Painter starts to close into the North Carolinian. Seth Wansing, how close will he get to Donald Ray? Will he get up the back end of Ray and spin him? Ray's already been spun around once this race by Cody Riggs in 13th. 2 to go. Next time by for these drivers. Here's Norman. Dustin Painter, 2.3 seconds behind. It sure isn't over. Norman on the inside. I'm really glad I turned up the volume for that alert. Aiden Norman up the inside. Is something wrong with Norman? He's trying that low line. Dustin Painter coming up behind him. 1.71 seconds with the white flag coming out. Donald Ray, 0.7 ahead of Seth Wansing. And look at Tom Sears, who wants a piece of that top 5. Sears is in the wall. There goes his run for top 5. Aiden Norman, a 1.5 second advantage to Donald Painter. If he can, well, we'll say if he can manage to not crash, he'll win this race. Aiden Norman will come off of turn number 4 and claim his 3rd win of the season. Donald Ray will hold on as Seth Wansing just gives it a bit too much shake out of turn number 2. It's going to be 4th for Wansing, 4th for Ray, 5th for Seth Wansing, 6th position for Tom Sears, Jimmy Kerr in 7th, and this man here, Aiden Norman, getting his 3rd, count it, 3rd victory of the season. That is a hat trick for the Dobson North Carolinian. Waiting for something out of Aiden. I think he's just going to park it. And in any case, okay, you know what? A silent celebration from Aiden. We'll take it. We're going to go ahead and grab our top 3, Aiden Norman, Dustin Painter. And how about Thomas Andrews coming home in 3rd? That's going to be a fun podium. Don't go anywhere, fans. We'll have top 3 in just a moment. On the podium with our top 3, as always, let's start with, how about Weehawken, New Jersey's Thomas Andrews with a podium, the Season 4 champion with a bronze medal for tonight's efforts. Thomas Andrews, how did you pull that off?
I think kind of just by staying out of, not completely wrecking the car. I've had some really um, some good slides coming off of turn 4, but was able to save it and gather it back up and not lose too many spots. I think I did that twice, and just kind of keep it off the wall. Wait for other people to make mistakes. It's so hard to pass here. You basically have to wait for them to make a mistake or try to go for the bottom, and then you pass them on the outside. I don't think I passed. I think I passed one person on the bottom, and that was because they got into the wall. But yeah, it was that and pit strategy basically got me up here. So it's good to have some good luck every once in a while.
Fantastic luck. We get a week's break now, and we're going to take it from Irwindale to Rockingham in 2 weeks' time, where you got the win in Season 4, your only win in Season 4, on the way to the championship. How do you feel about moving to the Rock?
I love the Rock, but these are completely different cars right now. I don't know what iRacing has in store as far as updates between now and then, but it's a completely different car. These cars were a lot to handle. But coming home P3, I'll take it. Hopefully, roll the momentum into to Rockingham and see what happens.
Now 5th in points, 1 marker behind Painter. Congratulations on 3rd, Tommy. We'll see you in a couple weeks at the Rock.
Thanks, buddy.
Speaking of that 4th placed driver in the points, 1 point ahead of Thomas Andrews, 1 position ahead of Thomas Andrews. This particular 2nd place driver, one Dustin Painter, carrying at least one part of the flag for North Carolina tonight. Painter, you drove your tail off, man. Congratulations on 2nd.
Thanks, Rick. Kind of wish I didn't have a little malfunction in the living room here with the TV tray going against the pedals. I may have probably would have passed Aiden since he said he was kind of running low on fuel. Just couldn't get the throttle to go all the way down. Probably the last 25 laps, and I'm in VR, so it's hard to like lift it up and move everything the way I needed to. About wrecked it a couple times trying to fix it, and then finally I just said, forget it. I'm just gonna run it the way it is.
Hey, I mean, you managed to take what is essentially an ailing race car, and you brought it up to the 2nd position. You're going to go into next race at Rockingham, just, what, 9 points. 9 points behind Jeff No, headed into round number 9. How do you feel about the Rock?
I love the Rock. Kind of hope these cars are the way they are right now. If somebody said it felt like a super late model. Well, I love the super late model on iRacing, so I hope maybe they stay the same. I know most people probably don't feel that way, but tough being the bridesmaid again. I feel like TNT. All I do is either finish 2nd or 3rd when I get up here and have a chance for the win. And when I don't, I'm usually all the way in the back because I've messed myself up.
Eventually, that win will come, and when it does, I will be so ready for that victory lane interview. Until then, man, we're going to see you at Rockingham, and who knows, maybe that'll be the race for you, man. Congratulations on 2nd.
Thanks, Rick.
Fans at home, the giveaway is closed. We're going to announce our winner here in just a moment. That 2nd place interview and this 1st place interview brought to you by the good folks over at Swag Designs. Mr. Jim Blankenship handcrafting the trophies for this season of Thursday Night Thunder. When you need a handcrafted trophy, you go to Jim Blankenship, go to Swag Designs on Twitter, check them out, and for any event you need, Jim Blankenship will cover you over at Swag Designs. And for all your diecast and NASCAR memorabilia needs, check out Drip Diecast and Collectibles on Facebook, the #1 place to go for all your NASCAR memorabilia shopping. Drip Diecast and Collectibles, check them out on Facebook. Our race winner won, Aiden Norman, with the hat trick already. Aiden, 3 wins, 8 races complete, and now we got Rockingham to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, Rockingham should be fun, but obviously I'm kind of soaking in tonight for a second because I did not come into this race with very high hopes, and lap 1 definitely did not help that when I thought I had the lead on Painter and then immediately put it in the wall, but luckily I was able to drag this 62 back up there and just kind of keep it in the lead and settle down a bit.
You're going to head into Rockingham in 2 weeks' time with a 22-point lead on Tom Sears. You almost lost it a couple times tonight. You think it's going to happen next week at Rockingham? I mean, again, we got 900 horsepower on these race cars now. It's a way different game than it was 2 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, I was not up to speed in it yet, but honestly, I'm liking it. I think it's going to be a lot more fun racing out the rest of this season in these. It's a new beast basically, and it's going to be really fun to try and figure out where we can gain obviously more time compared to what we could in the ARCA car. I mean, obviously on the straightaways because 300 extra horsepower, but see what handling model changes iRacing comes up with, and hopefully they're good.
We'll see what happens in 2 weeks' time. I know it's going to be a lot of fun to call, and I can't wait to see you there. Congratulations on that 3rd win, Aiden.
Thank you, Rick.
Tommy Wynn wins the diecast giveaway. Tommy, hit us up on Twitter at RickJamesTV. Send us a direct message so we can get that diecast out to you. Again, TNT will return 2 weeks from tonight, and we will give away another diecast. Tommy Wynn wins tonight. Tommy is then ineligible to win at the next race. So everybody who did not win tonight has a chance to win. the next race at Rockingham. And if you just can't wait until Monday, how about the next Gen Cup cars, ENEA, right here on Rick James TV, Monday night, 8 p.m. from iRacing's Phoenix Raceway. Do not miss that. For all your other updates, Ferret, to answer your question, he won a Ricky Stenhouse diecast. For all other updates and everything else, fans at home, check us out on Rick James TV. Check us out at Thursday Night Thunder, Twitter, whatever you prefer. And until that next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and we will see